Interesting. Just checking the sound, guys. Holler in as you come in. Also, for some reason, the latency mode is changed. Damn it. So we're just getting going, guys. Or it's gonna freeze, whatever. What just happened? Did OBS die? Yeah, not sure. Having streaming issues. Because what? There we go. Which one is actually right? Yay! Nothing like screwing it up right off the bat. Type something, kids. Oh God, why do I have such a bad delay right now? If you'd like to know my brain not work, if you'd like to know my deviled egg recipe, let me know down in the comments. Be happy to tell you what that is. Do 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 do. DK rate. Come on, guys. Tell me something. Tell me something good. Oh, somebody typed something. Water cooling come in for the X79, X99 build. Some of it did, not all of it. You can kind of see it still sitting back there in the background. That is the X99 sitting. Sorry, I'm backwards in my camera. That's the X99 sitting back there on the table, along with the case that was damaged when it got shipped, and a 3770K and an X79 sitting on the table back there. But not everything has showed up yet. I'm still waiting on stuff. What is up with this delay though? Hey Ocean Dude, what's up? I'm checking to see if my delay is because of me or if it's because of something else. Oh my God, I'm getting ads on my own shit. There we go. Hi, Lego guy. Yeah, there we go. I am lagging way behind you guys. Something I forgot. It's only the third time, so give me a break. And I'm using a different angle. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about some stuff here. What is going on? You know what the problem is? I had set this thing up before and I didn't save the settings. CBR 6000 keyframe, preset, P7, best quality, tuning high quality, 2 passes for full resolution, max frames 2, that's alright. Video hotkeys, I cannot remember where I was. Process priority high. Stream delay, no. Automatically reconnect, yep, we're fine there. Should be fine. Alright, well, let's see what happens as we move along. Might be because I put ads in. I'm going to turn those off real quick for those that are just coming in now, so you're not getting hit with such a long delay. And then I'm going to refresh my own page, even though I'm not starting the stream over. I will not do that again. Boy, that taught me a lesson last time I did that shite. So let's go ahead and no, we're fine. All right, so Michael, how you doing, man? Let me know if the audio isn't good. It sounded fine to me, so I'm gonna leave it for now unless somebody tells me something is wrong with it. Egyptian Rashid carbine from the 1960s in 7.62 by 39. Considering I've never even heard of it before, part of me wants to say, okay, number one, okay, but hold on. Egyptian 7.62 by 39 Rashid. Looks like a SKS. It's very much like an SKS. Is it just an SKS? Now I need to do a little bit more research on that. I mean, it seems like a pretty cool rifle. I've never played with one. Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking at the long delay. I'm still frustrated that there's such a long delay in the audio source. Alright, do I own any 380 guns, and do I think they are good? 380 is a little bit of a questionable round for self-defense. You have to get a heavier round if you really want to trust it as a carry round. Something in a 95 grain hollow point would be recommended, and probably wouldn't go with something small frame. Personally, I don't like the way that a small frame 380 kicks, because they don't have enough weight in the nose, and the guide rods are not as good, in my opinion, as they are in modern 9mm subcompacts. It's still viable for self-defense. You just have to use the right rounds, and just you have to be comfortable shooting the gun, and that winds up being a problem with a lot of 380s. In terms of the 380s I own, I have a Rock Island Baby Rock, which is the Browning 1911 copy from Rock Island. I think that might be my only one. I'm getting one of those TSAS, I think it's TSAS, no, it's the Gerson, the flip up that imitates the Beretta, so I'll be getting one of those as well. So as we get going into this, yeah, we're moving into the new year. I've been focusing more on the long form promotion, as well as still doing short form videos, but I am pushing my long form videos a little bit more, because I want the long form videos to be the primary source of footage for the channel. I like doing long form, I like doing one takes that are long form, and I like the engagement I get from them, because it's people like you that engage with the long form stuff. Why is this thing You'll have to forgive me. I'm still figuring things out. This is another different webcam, by the way. This is a Logitech 1080p. It's the streamer, whatever, and it's a little bit. It's streaming at 1080, so we're good there. Let's see, Dave. Hey man, you missed it Friday. You made it today. Didn't you pop in on Friday? Or did somebody hack you? I could have swore you were in Friday's live stream. Michael, my good friend, a retired cop, swears by his PPKS. PPKSs are nice. It has enough weight. A PPKS is comfortable and actually enjoyable to shoot, whereas some of the modern 380s, like the Rugers or the even Keltec 380s, they're so light that I just don't like the way they feel when they shoot. You'll have to forgive me. I'm getting some of my favorite pages loaded up here just in case I need to check things. So you have things like your Google and your distributor list, and then Facebook. I don't think I have any auctions I'm watching today, but I'm going to check in on them I want to pick up right away. But it's definitely interesting. Why am I buying that? Anyway, yeah, not much else going on. My buddies are going to SHOT Show. I did not go with them. Don't kick the table, Joe. And they're gonna hopefully just send me a lot of memes and stuff from the show. I really did want to go, but I'm not gonna go. Michael, that makes sense to me. I want to feel the weight in my hand. I agree. You should. The weight makes a lot of the difference. Again, it makes a difference in bringing the firearm back on target as well as just the recoil mitigation. Dave, 1895 SBL for 1425 plus tax. Is that a good deal? That kind of sounds like an average deal. MSRP on that gun is $1529. So if you're paying $1425, I mean, if I was selling it at my store, if I still had a store that I was selling from, I would be doing it for a bit less, to be honest with you. Let me tell you real quick. Oh, thank you, Lego guy. The one with the Syntec. Yeah, that was something I've had laying around forever that I just don't have a mag for. Yeah, if I had that gun on my shelf, I'd be around $12.50. I assume we're talking about the Marlin 1895 SBL 4570 with the 19-inch barrel, stainless laminate, all weather with the rail on top with the big loop. Yeah, if I had one, it'd be under 1,300 bucks. Lego guy, thank you so much for the kind words. Seems like the replay is catching up a little bit, which is interesting. Probably helps if I don't refresh the wrong page. I think it's because it's got ads playing in my live streams. Yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and turn those off for now, because those are annoying. And maybe it will increase the latency or decrease the latency, you know what I mean. There we go. Try that. Everybody refresh your page. See what happens. See what happens. That's what I'm doing. Yay. As for that Syntec, I'm thinking about buying another one. The Middletown Firearms, they actually have one that's on consignment. The guy wants a couple of hundred. He wants like 250. If I can get it for 200, comes with 2 mags, so I would wind up with 2 guns with 2 working mags. The problem is I can't guarantee the mags will actually still run for much longer because of their shitty design. This is actually the spring from it. That is the magazine spring for the Syntec 22 caliber, which I think is back there on the couch behind me. So that'll be interesting. Ocean Dude, what are your plans for the channel this year? Are there any big changes? not really big changes. More live streams. Obviously, we're doing 3 a week, so that's the way we want to do it. And then eventually, I want to go ahead and make sure that I upgrade things. I do still need to get a DSLR camera. I'm just using Logitech cams for the streaming stuff. I need to get out to the range more. I need to promote the channel more. Hopefully, get some sponsors or even just ad spots. Ad spots that pay for advertising would be better, because then I'm not having to promise to make a video in a certain time period. If a advertiser wants to put some ads on my videos, that would be much better. I can put those as pre-roll. You guys watch those, they're 30 seconds, and then they pay me and we're done. Kind of like a lot of the big guys who will promote things like iFixit. I love iFixit. If iFixit wants to go ahead and sponsor me to do some stuff, I love their kits. I use them every day. I used one today on a Game Boy. So yeah, iFixit, if you'd like to send me some kits and or do some ads, let me know. YouTube servers have a mind of their own on live streams. You should make videos again. You should, Michael. If you're making videos, make videos. Just get into it, have some fun, and then see what happens. Let's see, as this refreshes. See, all of a sudden, I'm not showing. There we go. Hi, how you doing? Let's see. The Lego guy, your channel is underrated. Thank you for saying that. I do know right off the bat, I have several shortcomings in my channel versus the bigger guys. Number one is I'm not as worried about doing things like algorithm hunting. I don't do clickbait titles. I don't do sensationalized screenshots, thumbnails, things like that. I could do one, be like, this one trick will make your Game Boy play 64 games, and with an arrow pointing to a part of the system that has nothing to do with it. I could do that. I just don't want to. I think that's a false way of gaining subs and viewers, because those kind of people don't always last as long, or they're so big that they can do whatever they want and people are going to watch their videos anyway. So it's a two-edged sword, double-edged sword, double, 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 double. Ooh, I'm winning some Vidya games for $6. That'd be cool. Glenn, Charter Arms has a 6-shot 380 revolver with retainer clips in the web of the ejector for women like my old lady's use of mentality. I don't think I'm reading the right thing from that sentence, but cool. What camera do you use for shorts and long form? I use right now, this is a Samsung S23 Ultra, so it just, it's the top of the line until the 24 is available. And no, I won't be switching, because the 24 is like 11% faster than this. I just started using this phone in November. It definitely helped with the quality, and I usually use this at the range as well. Typically, I just use the front-facing camera because it's like a 12 megapixel, so it's good enough for footage at the range and stuff. I would like to get like a nice Sony, or I used to use cameras at the range, but I don't do that anymore. I stopped doing that a while back. So I don't know why I keep leaning over, because I have the camera centered to the left of me on the monitor in front of me, and it keeps making me want to sit center of it, even though I have it canted on purpose. Let's see, Eric, this guy obviously doesn't live in Cali or New York. Me? You talking because I have guns that aren't on the register sitting back there that I can't reach in YouTube? I'm not a giant, so it's not like I can't physically reach those guns. I just felt like having them in the background because the couch does its thing. Red drank. Although I only have one mix packet left, so I'm going to be conservative tonight. It's kind of annoying. I didn't realize that. They're $1.29 at Walgreens, and I was there earlier, but I was too busy buying eggs. Apparently, I make better deviled eggs than the restaurant that my folks went to in Charlottesville. Charleston. They were in South Carolina. I think that's Charleston. The number one thing is when I make deviled eggs, I don't use vinegar. I don't like vinegar, so I don't use it. Let's see. The problem with ads is you can't control it. You had a channel before but took the ads off it later. Sponsors are a better way to go. You have the quality that sponsors like. Well, thank you for saying that, Michael. Yeah, ads, although when you do an ad, you don't have to put sponsored. So you don't have to jump through that extra hoop of convincing your audience that you're being bought out for money, that you're just advertising for somebody. Like when Hardware Unboxed or any of the tech companies or tech channels, they'll do an ad for like Silverstone SSDs or whatever, Silverstone power supplies, and it's just Silverstone power supplies, 80 plus rating from 400 to 14,000 watts. Check them out in the description below. Blah blah blah. 30 seconds for a couple of grand. I'd rather do that than have a company reach. Oh, there's a gun within reach. I'm just kidding. It's not within reach. T-Rex arms. Rawr. You know why the T-Rexes were angry, right? They couldn't play with themselves. Mark, cool, you're in South Carolina. Yeah, my folks did a timeshare swap down there and they were hanging out with friends. It was kind of good for them. Long drive from Northern Virginia, but anyways. Lego guy, for your shorts, do you use a microphone? And if you do, which one do you recommend? I do not. I have two different lav mics, but I never use them because I don't like the quality of them. I want to get like a wireless rig. I have a Sony recorder that you plug a mic into, but I don't have a good mic that I like for it. And at some point, again, I will invest in some lav mics, some wireless recording setups, things like that. But as of right now, no, I don't have anything that I would say qualifies as a microphone. No, what happens is, and it's interesting because when you're filming with the rear camera on the S23, the microphone seems to pick up from this side, even though the speakers are here and here. I think the microphones are kind of angled, or they want to pick up coming forward towards the glass. So if I'm on this side of the phone, it actually picks up nice and my voice sounds crisper and clearer. But when I'm on this side of it, like filming, like the lenses are there and I'm talking into the lenses, I find that the audio gets a little bit more echoey. It's kind of weird. But yeah, at some point I'll get some mics. Let's see, Cedric, you think it's good to start off with the 1660 Super build or RX 6700 XT build? This is going to be your first time gaming on PC. Either one will do you good. However, the 6700 XT I find is a better graphics card. It's stronger than a RTX 3060 Ti, which is way faster than a 1660 Super. So if you have the budget and you can do something like the 6700 XT, I would recommend that over the 1660 Super. If you can't afford both, go ahead and go with the 1660 Super, but a 6700 XT, you can get those on eBay for like $250. I think you can get them new for like $300, and I think it would be a much better purchase for you in the long run. What kind of pew safe is that? Number one, that's a locker. It's not a safe, it's just a very heavy duty safe locker. That is from Blacksmith, which is a Amazon sold brand. I got that through one of the reviewers. Actually, believe it or not, Banggood sent me that. Yeah, Banggood, the Chinese company, sent me two of those and a thumbprint safe that's currently, or pistol, single, actually it'll hold two pistols, but two pistol safe that actually is in the back of my truck, so when I go through states I can't carry in, I just put it in the back. But yeah, they sent me that safe, or that locker, and I have regular safes as well, but that is for easy access for like my EDC and stuff like that, or guns that I'm currently playing with, I'll keep in there. So like after the live stream, all of those, it's hard to do when you're going backwards, but all of those will go back in there because that's where they belong. Ocean Dude, did I find magazines for my recent 22 pistol? Yes and no. Magnum Research actually bought out the company Ramline, who makes the Syntec, which is that guy right there in the background, and that plastic magazine is horrible, and unfortunately they don't produce them anymore. So I found them used, but they're like $160 just for one magazine, and there's no guarantee that that's not going to shatter. However, at Middletown Firearms, where I used to work, they have two of those. They have the compact version, and then they have the full-size version, which is what I have. And the full-size version they have has two magazines with it. So I was thinking I might buy the one they have, take the second magazine for this one, and then resell the other gun. or I might just keep them both and keep both magazines, excuse me, and then I will have a couple of odd, strange guns. So we'll wait and see what happens. Cedric, thanks, my guy. I really appreciate it. By the way, love watching my content. You just subscribed a few months ago. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming along. Yeah, I appreciate that. Anything you guys can do, just some watch time, comments, thumbs up on stuff. You don't even have to watch the whole thing. Most people don't on YouTube. The average YouTube video, long form video length watch is like 4 minutes. And I'm right there. I'm right in the average, about 4.5 minutes. And that will help on its own. If you want to do little things like maybe becoming a member, you'll get early access to some of my stuff. I'm going to sit back just a little bit, but you'll get some early access to the videos. When I do batch filming, I'll put up like 7 or 8 videos, shorts and long form at the same time. I didn't do any this weekend just because I had my niece's birthday party. It's my best friend's daughter, but they call me Uncle Joe, so I'm like Uncle Jesse from Full House. But yeah, I really didn't do any batch filming, and I'm feeling bad about that. And today was snowy and Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, so I didn't go to the office for any reason. So, do I have a P.O. box? No, I need to get one. I had one, and then I just wasn't using it for anything, so I stopped. If you want to send me something, you can always send me an email through my About section, and we can discuss it. I don't give out my personal address, but I can give you my office address, but I'm just not posting it up here because they don't have a big box or anything. So just email me through the About section. Haywood, what you doing, man? Cell gun, is that really a thing? Yeah, for me it is. If it's a gun that I can get easily, I am much more apt to go ahead and just sell it. Because if I can easily replace a gun, I will get rid of it just to make room for other guns. Again, I'm not making money really doing this. If I take one trip to the range, me and Daniel will spend more money than I'll make in a month on YouTube. So it's not like I'm making money doing it. That's where the advertisers and getting the view count up is going to make the biggest impact. Like for me, I'm trying to get the long forms to get up into the 500,000 to 600,000 views a month area. If I were to get those up into that high of a view count, then I would be able to afford more adventures, more things for the channel, honestly more toys for the channel, and more content for the channel, because I could do things like car stuff and whatnot. And since I've started doing live streams, that does seem to be happening. At least the long form side of it seems to definitely be doing something. Now the shorts have dropped off because we're going into Super Bowl time here, but also just like my straight up content creation, I've done almost 50 things in the last 28 days. So that definitely does make a difference. But yeah, if you're looking like, yeah, since the 12th, we're ramping up the number of views we're getting on the long form videos every day. And by doing that, that will increase the income exponentially over shorts. Because again, I get the same doing 80,000 long form video views as I do doing 3 million shorts views. So Michael, better to have a drop site that isn't a P.O. box. You can't search if a site is residential, commercial, or otherwise online. Back in the day, Kinko's was the way to go. You hope that helps. Well, yeah, I mean, I could go to the UPS store, which is relatively close to where I am, and have stuff there, and that would actually give me like a suite address or a street address that I could then use. So that is potentially something I could do. What's my favorite candy? Believe it or not, my favorite candy is whatchamacallit, the candy bar. I don't get them very often because there are not very many places around me that have them in stock, but whatchamacallit is my favorite candy bar. Ocean Dude, have I ever shot or played with the Ruger 1022 Charger takedown? and or a Ruger 2277 1022 Magnum from the early 2000s. Not the 22 Magnum. I've never messed with the 22 Magnum, but I have played with the 1022 Charger takedown. I've also had the 1022 Charger in an AR pistol body. Whoa, what just happened there? That was a graphic glitch on my end. Hey DB, what's going on, man? Welcome to the long live the live leg vlog. That's the kind of shite you come here for. Different angle. Yep, I have the camera sitting on, it's a Logitech camera today. Different from the 4K one I was using. This is just 1080p. I wanted to see if there was any real difference in the quality, and quite frankly, there isn't. So I'm just going to use this one for now. And figured might as well just have stuff like the couch back there behind me and fun. So yeah. The high chews. Yes, I do enjoy a high chew. 7-Elevens tend to have them, and I used to take those over to Middletown all the time because one of my coworkers, she really liked them. Hey, are you here to see DB or are you here to see me? Kidding. Well, no, I'm not kidding, but you know what I mean. Pay attention to me. Love me. Treasure me. Yes, for the 10 or so people that are sitting here, this is the famous couch. It's a sectional, and there you go. No flash photography. Thank you very much for joining us. Twix are good. I like Twix. Hey. If I move the bag, I can sit in that corner and share space with the rest of the stuff on the couch. So, you know, show some respect. Ooh, that was awkward. Yeah, I'm going to hug you and hug you and kiss you and call you George. Yeah. You don't know fun until you go to a 1-year-old's birthday party at a movie theater. Although the movie was good. We watched The Bad Guys, which is a DreamWorks picture thing. Sam Rockwell can actually do a voiceover. I was impressed. It barely sounded like him. In fact, he sounded a little bit more Owen Wilson-y than anything else. You heard that crack? Yeah, that was yeah. It's because I'm 44, man. Also, I worked out a few hours ago, so I'm sure my body is still. Michael, LOL the couch. Yeah. The famous couch where Joe has thrown many guns. Yep. I actually threw those guns onto the couch when I was trying to decide what to put on the couch. DB, you put 100 through the T-Sauce, smooth as butter. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I kind of expected it to run well based on all the improvements they made over the last couple of years, and I'm glad that it worked for you. I see. You went with the I wonder how many U's they're up to for real, though. It's like 4 or 5, right? G-U-U-U-U-U. Oh, no, you can't keep adding letters, Joe. Gun grips. Where are you? Where are you, gay? They should have just went with Cool Hand. Cool Hand works. I think Cool Hand is the reason they renamed themselves to ooh. Those are pretty. See, you're already getting 3 U's. 3 U's and an N right now. So that's not too bad. Ocean Dude. Have I ever watched Ed, and Eddie? A little bit way back in the day. Then Eddie ate a refrigerator. And I kind of lost the plot, so I kind of stopped watching that. I haven't watched that in a long time. Come on, Vigi Games. Gotta win the Vigi Games. Been looking at a lot of fun stuff recently. Daniel and I went some site scouting for his gun store, so we kind of have a few ideas on what's going to happen there. So we're waiting to see what's going on. Trying to find a place that has a garage in the back, that way I can do car work as well as gun work. So that'll be good. Be able to do all kinds of fun stuff there. Hopefully. We haven't decided yet. Actually, we're trying to get a bank. We think a bank would be really good for it. RB25 DETT with a manual transmission in a Nissan Laurel, which is a LS 300, whatever. Site scout in Florida, please. Yeah, I don't want to go to Florida, man. Your gun laws are too draconian for me, man. Drive up to Virginia. I'll give you a discount. I'll take the money you spent on gas off of your repair bill. I think that's being quite generous, my friend. Michael, what's up with those occasional 9mm revolver videos I see on YouTube? To me, it makes no sense, but you're a noob to this. A lot of companies have actually released this year, like 3 different companies released 9mm revolvers. And the reason being is a lot of people only want to invest in one ammo type. Like Glock guys, they prefer the 9mm. By far, it's the most commonly sold caliber in Glock. But if you prefer 9mm, then you might as well get other stuff in 9mm. So Charter Arms, I think, was one of the first ones. Ruger with their 357 9mm convertible. Rock Island is doing it with their ALS2 or whatever it's called now, which is a $700 revolver. Island. Yeah, that's not going to bring anybody. Let's see. Beep. Yeah, I believe their revolver is like $700 or $800. Come here, you. Oh, ka-chow, 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 ka-chow. Yeah. What laws? LOL. DB is the reason why your live streams. Oh, I see, Lego guy. I see how it is. DB is the reason for the season, huh? DB is the reason you guys come here to see me, not me, not my personality, not my. Oh, I guess I don't have an electrifying personality. Fine, I see how it is. So let's see, DB says, thought about it, if you go with the Dan Wesson 1911, it's got to be the Specialist has the most bells and whistles that you're looking for. Yeah, the Specialist is nice. It's not cheap, though, I can tell you that. Which one are you going to go with, though? You going to go with the railgun? You going to go 9mm? You going to go 45? You going to go Commander? You going to go 10mm? You gonna go stainless? You gonna go blue? You gonna go park arrest? Or whatever they do? I don't know. Other than the rail, I'd say that the oh, okay, there's a couple of different versions you can go with too. You can go with the optics ready. You can do the optics ready one, which is funny because they took the picture of it with no rear sight plate on it. Does it really not come with a sight plate? Okay, because it's got the internal extractor. It doesn't come with the sight plate cover. That's funny. Haywood, I'm just here for the couch. The DB and Jimmini show? Nah, I don't share hosting. I'm a one-man show, one-man band, man. One-man band. So you want the... You go with the one that already has the night sights on it. In 45, Spanish stainless. That's nice. I mean, it's a nice gun for sure. I like the checkering. I like checkering on the front strap of a 1911. Definitely needs to be there. If it's not there, it's a little annoying to me, especially on a gun with that much money. It's a little expensive, but you know, for a 1911, it isn't bad. I'd say you're doing okay. Did you already order it? Who are you going to order it through? So I found a couple more of my favorite YouTube content creators that I'm not following anymore. Again, it's one of those things where some of them just aren't living up to my old expectations. Iceberg Tech reached out to me in the video I just recently put up, so that was awesome. Thank you to Iceberg Tech. He responded to the tech video where I fixed his X99 issues. So that was awesome. For those of you that wonder why I sometimes insert tech videos into this side of the channel, or into this side of both of my channels, the main reason is the Jimmini tech side only has like 90 some subscribers, and I need to get that up to 1,000 before that becomes monetized. And if it's not monetized, it's hard to really justify only putting videos up there when they get 10 views in a day. So I'm putting them up here. Yes, it may not be your cup of tea. Feel free to ignore them, especially if you're only here for firearms, but I am putting them up on both channels, so I appreciate the help. And if you guys go over to the Jimmini Tech side, do it while you're watching this. Open another tab and subscribe over there while we're watching this. That would be helpful. And then if you want me to only be doing firearms on this side, doing that will help me get tech off of this side and onto its own dedicated channel, which then would be awesome, because then I'd have a couple of successful channel versus one successful channel and one that's just kind of stagnating. Also, what is with you people watching the Rock Island made a hilarious 1911 video? Man, that one has gotten a lot of views in the last 2 days. 30-some thousand views in the last 2 days. It's pretty funny. You know a guy in VA. You unfollowed Such. He is no longer in my list of people I actually follow. Although my subscription tab has some extra people it shouldn't, that I noticed. Things happen and you wind up getting subscribed to people. It's weird. Matter of fact, I need to go through and delete some of these that got added. What do you mean, you people? White people. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that playfully racist? Surf Taco or Taco Bell? You believe Surf Taco is a New Jersey thing? Yes, I've never actually had Surf Taco. If Surf Taco serves the same kind of food as Taco Bell, then it's a wash. Taco Bell is good when you just need to slam some food. In fact, there's the remnants of a party pack I ate one night because I was sad. Happy MLK Day. Happy MLK Day to you too. He was a much more important person in my opinion than Christopher Columbus, the very, very horrible man he was, Christopher Columbus. Yeah, look at that Taco Bell. I'm watching my own replay. Sir, never know Koreans could be. I'm sorry, are you trying to use a lisp and say racist? Oh, you think I'm a racist? Dave, hey, Joe, is salvage title a good buy? All depends. It varies. Here in the state of Virginia, it's actually very difficult to get a salvage title recertified, especially if you buy one out of state. The number one thing you have to look at is what caused the title to be branded, because not a total collision, not a collision that totals a vehicle will actually make it a bad buy. If the airbags go off, 9 times out of 10, they're going to salvage the car. They're going to write off the car because replacing the airbags require a lot of electronic components. All the seat belts have to be changed. Obviously, the headliner in newer cars, the seats. So it gets very expensive when airbags go off. So they'll automatically write off a car, even if it just got on a hit hard enough to set off the airbag. My Mustang, the one that's in the banner on the channel, as well as in a lot of my videos from back in the day, I got hit by a Volvo going so fast that when he hit his brakes, he went like this and slid underneath the nose of my car. He did $11,000 in damage to the front of my car without having to replace the fenders. They didn't have to replace the hood, but they had to replace most of the front substructure of the car, but they didn't salvage it out because my airbags didn't go off. If it's a theft recovery, then it could also be a good buy, because a theft recovery, if it doesn't get recovered within a certain amount of time, the insurance company will write it off. And then if it does get recovered after that, then whatever, great, cool, it's at an auction or whatever, you can pick it up pretty cheap. What I would always 100% stay away from, unless you're going to do a total tear down, full disassembly and rebuild, is flood cars. Never touch a flood car unless your plan is to strip it down to a bare shell, because otherwise you're getting into a lot of problems, because tons of the electronics run along the floor of the car, and even if it was just up to the door sill, that could have led to electronic damage, especially if you're in a salt place like DB down in Florida. I would never buy a flood car from Florida. You're guaranteed you're screwed. Let's see. Jenny just said no. Well, Steelers lose, roof Korean. Why does everybody know that phrase? Or actually point or occur. What am I missing? What are you talking about, Jenny? What did I miss? Wait till electronics and batteries start going out on EV cars. You know, people have been saying that for a long time, but the original Prius is getting up there now. It's almost a 20-year-old car. And outside of buying one directly from Toyota, there are sources for those, and those are nickel hydride batteries. The original Prius doesn't use lithium as much. I believe it's nickel. The original Prius, and then the Prius that preceded it was also an EV or a hybrid. Yeah, you can get refurbished batteries for about $850, so it's less than an engine, to be honest. Yeah, see, they were using some nickel metal hydride batteries even in a 2021. So that's interesting. I'm not going to go into it, but that's interesting. Haywood, if the airbag goes off, you need to clean the shark stain off the seat. Oh, you're talking about hockey. I know nothing about hockey ball, and I lived in Minnesota for 20 years. Why do you have a wrench by your name? I made you a moderator, so you have the ability to approve or put people in timeout. I figured you're here for almost every stream, and if I miss somebody being overtly just offensive or something like that, anybody that is in blue and has a wrench by it, so you, DB, and Lego Guy, you guys are always here. So if you guys spot a comment that I miss and they're being like overtly racist, or they're being offensive towards another member, just go ahead and just time them out, or even just mute them. Jenny, this is your first time here. Is this a car place? This is an everything place, just like DB says. I originally started doing video games, and during that time I was working for a car dealership, so I started doing car reviews. I'm a 20-year mechanic, a 20-year car salesman, a 20-year body guy. I owned my own body shop, so if you have questions and things you want to know about, please feel free to ask. I still have friends in the business. I'm not as up to everything about today as I used to be, but I am still somewhat of a fountain of knowledge. Hoarding, bargain shopping, and turtles. Yes. Yes, indeed. But yeah, this is a safe space where you can talk about basically everything. Maurice, for instance, asked, what's my favorite knife? I don't have a favorite knife. I have a favorite knife type. This is one, and yeah, I do just have knives laying around, because why wouldn't I? Where's my other one? Dink, dink, dink. Don't stab yourself, Joe. I can't grab anything else, but yeah, this is a QB knife. I like these more flat-edged knives. My other one is a single-sided sharpness knife, meaning only one side of it is sharp. But I was actually trimming an HDMI cable with this earlier, so, or a USB-C cable. And if you want to know why, it was to charge my Beats earbuds. DB, you're banning everyone. Start with yourself, homie. Mike, greetings, Joe. Hi, Mike. How you doing? Essie or rat knives? Do you know much about music? I'm a music enthusiast. It all depends on what your question is. And the other thing too is that I'm an apt and rapt learner. So if there's something you want to learn about with me, we can look it up at the same time too. I'm like your live Google. So I will do the search for you. That way it doesn't show up in your history. Don't ask me about other things. Also, we somehow got our hands on the Anarchist Cookbook at our gun store. I mean, you can buy it on Amazon again, so. Maurice, you had a QB. The reason I have a QB knife is because QB sent me a couple of knives over time. They were like, hey, you want to check out our stuff? And they sent me them, and I've been just carrying them. I've had them reprofiled because I snapped the tip off of this one. Apparently these aren't very good pry tools, and I had to have this one reprofiled. Same thing with my other one. I snapped the tip off on a battery compartment of a car, and that was an unfortunate thing. But I got these for free for a review. I did the review a couple of years ago, and they gave me a couple of knives. I thought that was cool. You carry a Gerber A2, maybe it's called. Gerber makes good stuff. Same as Rat. Metallica or Trans-Siberian Orchestra? I'm old school Metallica fan. Trans-Siberian's pretty cool, but I grew up with the Metallica. I'm 44, so I was, Reload was my favorite album. Load was pretty good, but Reload was my favorite album. And yeah. Have I ever read the book 1984? No. What is it about? Reload? Reload was the sequel just to, they did Unforgiven was on Load, if that's what you're talking about. It was a few different sequel songs, and it was just good metal. So if you ever get a chance, and if you haven't heard them, definitely listen to that album. It's a nice sheep's foot blade you have there. Yeah, it was more of a traditional blade before I snapped the tip off of it. Like I said, we reprofiled it and brought the edge like flatter. It was a much more traditional, but I snapped like a 1/4 inch of the end of it off, or the top of it off. I wish I could find my other QB, but I think it's way back over here. And if I get too close to the firearms, I think I'll get in trouble. So we won't be going over there. And for those of you that are wondering, I have a lot of the same hat because my favorite thing to wear is a hat. Even when I sold cars for a living, I wore hats because the hat is 48% of my personality. Oh, you were asking Ocean Dude. Gotcha. Justice for All was very good. Yeah. Let's see. Book. George Orwell. Why do I think I did when I was younger? Dystopian and Cautionary Tale by English writer George Orwell was published in 1949. It was his 9th and final book, completed in his lifetime. Thematically, it centers on the consequences of totalitarianism, mass surveillance, and repressive regimentation of people and behaviors within society. Orwell, a democratic socialist, modeled the authoritarian state in the novel on the Soviet Union in the era of Stalinism and Nazi Germany. More broadly, the novel examines the role of truth and facts within societies and the way in which they can be manipulated. Interesting. That came from Wikipedia, by the way, so I'm reading directly off of Wikipedia. If it's wrong, blame Wikipedia, not the Joe. Ride the Lightning was better. Mike. Oh, you're in Northern Virginia, Mike? You saw a couple of Rams for sale where you bought yours. Could you recommend a salesman to talk to? The Jimmini Read Show. You know what, guys? Yes. If you want me to, I will read. I will read everything. Here, we can read my my antibacterial adhesive pads. Large pads, benzalkonium chloride. First aid antiseptic. Absorbs and protects primary dressing for wounds, cuts, and burns. Not made with natural rubber latex. Not made. They went to the effort to tell you it wasn't. You're in Centerville. My salesman's name was Mike. I don't know if he's still there. Unless this is you, Mike, and you're actually watching me and you've been stalking me for a long time. For those of you that don't know, he's referring to my 2017 Dodge Ram that I had a year ago. I bought it during COVID, and I actually got a fair deal. Let's see. Dulles Motors cars. Let's see if they actually have a list of people that are working there now. Yeah, I don't see a list of salespeople there, so he must not still be there. Read the book Wheels on the Bus. I don't like cyclical stories. Sorry you left for a second. What's my favorite? I don't have. I'd have to look up some TSO songs because again, I've heard them. I just never really kind of got really did anything with them. Let's see. So let's see. Christmas Eve, The Lost Christmas Eve, TSO's Greatest Hits. I guess a Christmas song from them. Ask for Fast Eddie, or was it Crazy Eddie? Unfortunately, Fast Eddie was fired because Crazy Eddie set him up. Crazy Eddie actually was the guy behind the Dodge Demon that didn't get delivered. How about that one? Did you guys think that was crazy about that dealership that sold the 170 out from a guy, and then they fired the general manager, the sales manager, and the salesperson supposedly? That was an interesting one. Wizards in Winter is your favorite, even though it's all instrumental. Nothing wrong with instrumental. Music doesn't have to have lyrics. I firmly believe that. Here's a weird one for you. Some nights when I can't sleep, Jenny, you may not know, but I have cluster headaches. However, I find that heavy bass makes my head feel better. I refer to it as percussive maintenance. So I will put in some Skull Candy Rock Crusher in-ear headphones, which are like super bassy, and I will just listen to EDM. And the pulsing bass in my ear makes my head feel better. It's kind of weird. Favorite ice cream flavor and brand? Good question, Ocean. My favorite ice cream flavor is vanilla. I like vanilla ice cream. I don't like vanilla bean ice cream. I like vanilla ice cream. Vanilla is good because it tastes good on its own and you can add stuff to it. I don't really... Turkey Hill is probably my favorite right now because that's an affordable one in my area. And it's one that actually they do a slow churn as well that's really good. The Lego guy, how you doing, mate? It was 44 degrees here, not Celsius, of course. That would be bloody hot. That would be like 110, 115, 44. Okay, don't just type 44C into your search engine. 111, so I was close. Blue Bonnet, yum. Jenny, you're from Florida. Well, that's awesome. So are a few people like DB. DB's from Florida, aren't you, DB? I don't know why I keep doing this. I don't have to move over. Hello. I can just sit normally and look at you, and you will see me, and I will see you in text form. You have to make a call. Looking forward to next time. Take care, Michael. Dude, thank you. Awesome. Ocean, you've had very bad tension headaches before, but you can't imagine what you go through. Okay, which one's in Florida? That's Ocean, dude. Excuse me. Or one of you guys. You are in a state of disappointment in me because I can't remember where you live. It's okay. I forget my own testicles if they weren't super glued to my legs. Who would I do a collab with? Lego guy, that's a good question. I've had people ask to do collabs with me, a couple of guys locally that have been building their channels, and I've passed on doing collabs. Honestly, like right now, Honest Outlaw would be somebody I would do a... Wow, my brain just stopped. I was trying to type in my search bar, but Honest Outlaw is somebody I might consider. Who the hell's from Florida then? No, Not in Fancy's okay. He's not my cup of tea. I don't mind him. He is what he is. Oh, that's what... I was trying to remember this guy's name so I could see how he's doing on YouTube here. So, let's see. Now, he's doing pretty good. He's got a lot of views on a lot of his videos. I'm not going to name him, though. Twista, no. Twista does his own thing. I know he's a good shooter. He was on Honest Outlaw and PewView. Oh, Twista is you? No. Favorite sports? Favorite sports? I was always a baseball guy. I could throw pretty good before I broke my shoulder when I was a kid. I liked playing football. I'm not a big fan of watching football. And then basketball, I was a fan of basketball until I shattered my hand. Haywood, Honest Outlaw is great, so it mix up 98. I miss things. What's 1911 Syndicate? They seem like they're trying to play the YouTube game to me. I don't even know if they would want to do a collab with somebody like me. Yeah. No, they seem like a different type of guy than me. Just based on what they're doing. How do I play basketball at 5'4"? You take that back. Spud Webb. Do I need to say any more? Spud frickin' Webb. Mix Up 98 is another Pew channel. He's out in... There's no place called... No. We don't have a Nevada. One of the biggest things that I do that differentiates me from everybody else is that I don't really care about, again, my thumbnails and stuff. Also, I'll point out, they do a lot of stuff with theirs, and number one, they're not verified, and number two, they're still doing the same kind of things. Let's see, Mix Up 98, Pawn Shop Fine, Hollow Point Review. I think I can get behind Mix Up 98. I'll check them out. Let's see. You were feeling a tiny bit mentally not right before you came here, and you have helped. Jenny, awesome. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I hope that the people here in the chat treated you nice. We're just kind of chill. It's a lot of the same guys that just come and hang out. That's why this isn't a huge like viewer count here. I ask for people to ask me anything, and then we just talk about the same stuff over and over. It's kind of fun. But yeah, if you ever just need to, sorry, I read things in my brain, ADD's on me. But if you ever need anything, just feel free to reach out to any of us. You can always just reach me in the About section or just send me a private message. Yankee Marshall, nah, he's too excitable for me. Also, he has a Mini. What differentiates you is that couch. Nobody else rocks a couch like Jimmini. There's a couple of guys that have tried. There's a couple of guys that have tried to imitate my couch swag, the swag of the couch, and they have not been able to imitate me. Well, look at that. When I search down, even though I'm using an incognito, it's showing me my own channel. Let's see. Let's see if I can see any guns that I don't remember filming. A year ago, I did the FNP9. Let's see what other ones, because it's previously watched. Okay, that would be why it's showing me my own stuff. The P1 where I jam my thumb. Yeah, that's all fun stuff. Appreciate that, Jenny. Thank you so much. And again, like I said, I hope you have fun. That's part of the fun. We don't take anything serious around here, except for the things we take serious, but we'll tell you beforehand so you don't have to get worried about that. Nobody can imitate the famous couch. I mean, look at the presence. Look at, even though I've been using this couch for years, do you see how steady and puffed up those cushions stay? That's a sign of a good couch. That couch can couch so many couches. That is a couch. That couch has seen me through so much. Also, I don't like to sit on the couch because there's a chance one of the guns inside the couch could go off. So I try to be nice. When do I do streams? I do them Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I start at 7 p.m. Eastern because I'm in Northern Virginia, and I go until I get bored. The last few have been like 2.5, 3 hours. Fridays was like 4.5 hours. Basically, as long as people want to ask questions, hang out, and talk, I'm willing to just sit here and just Google stuff, hang out, talk, have fun, all that good stuff. So anytime. Hootie hoo. Why do I feel like you guys just want me to look at stuff? Hootie hoo. The lag is kind of annoying right now. He's got more videos than I do. Nope, don't play his stuff. New rifle, junk. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to get too into a bunch of people because then I start letting myself get diluted. How much money to sit on the couch for 5 minutes? For me to sit on the couch? The problem is I can't really sit on the couch unless I sit on the end over here, because with the firearms on the couch, if I can reach them, YouTube will have a shit fit. So if you want me to sit on the little edge over here for 5 minutes, whatever you feel like, and I will turn you so that you can see me on said couch. Yes. Somebody coming in is going to be really confused. Dave, 645 plus tax for a Hellcat Pro. Also, is Ruger 1022 2245 a good buy? How much are you? Come back soon, Jenny. Dave, are you asking, is that 645 for both? If you can get them both for that, that's cool. But I can tell you right now that a 2245, honestly, the 2245 is probably worth more than the Hellcat, in my opinion. Does the Hellcat have like the range pack? Because again, a standard Hellcat Pro with the optics cut should only be running you about 600 at the most after tax. The MSRP on the light version of the 2245, which I'm assuming is the one he's talking about, is $739, which means they actually sell for somewhere in the $650 range. The standard one that's not the light but has the bull style barrel on it, the 2245 would be selling somewhere, like DB said, somewhere in the $500 range. California edition with the standards optics cut. Yeah, I don't know why 645 is high in my opinion for the Hellcat Pro. You got your 2245 for $300 through a family member. It's a good price. I got mine for about that same because I stole it from a customer. All right, you're back. You had to set alarms for my streams. Well, that is just awesome of you. Thank you so much, Jenny. You didn't have to do that. And I hope not to let you down. Do do do. Boom 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 boom. Yeah, absolutely cool, awesome. Thank you. I'm now just guessing you can probably hear that through my thing. Do do do. Dave, it just came out here. Yes, I believe California has been really slow to allow optics cut guns out there. If you get a 2245, it needs to be the pink one. Mine is the anodized blue one. Mail call. Sorry, no mail. You got a Smith & Wesson chambered in 22 and still haven't shot it yet, even though it's been like 5 months since you got it. I run into that same problem. I haven't shot that Burgo yet. It's been a month since I bought that one. It's just sitting with snap caps in it. And then one time I found a shotgun on a couch, or a part of my, I keep a spare part of my couch in my bedroom, and I actually found a shotgun sitting on it that I forgot that I bought. So I'm that way too. Also, 1080p is not very good through OBS. I really wish I had a better camera here. Buckmark rifle, target fluted gray laminate. Any thoughts? I've never really messed with those. You're asking a lot of good questions. A lot of good questions. Buckmark rifle. All depends on the price, man. That's my biggest thing. If something costs too much, then I don't like them. If they cost too little, I don't like them. Oh, so it's just a Buckmark with a 16-inch barrel? Actually, I kind of like that. If you're talking about the sporter rifle, I kind of like it. These Uncrustables are good. Somebody's doing a mushroom. Thought on California and New Jersey gun laws. I think they're horrible. They should not exist, and they need to be overturned. What's interesting is California has a very high population. Most of them are vegan and can't shoot guns anyway. But no, in all realistic things, the guns they allow in versus the guns that they ban, and their rules with fixed magazines on some of their guns, how some of them, like an AR, has to be a pump action for some qualifications, or the single shot P320, that's ridiculous. That's above and beyond being ridiculous. Number one, it's not going to stop violence just because you have a single shot. There are ways around anything. And number two, all you're doing is making a shooter a better shooter by demanding that they have fewer shots to make a shot. New Jersey's laws are slightly better. In fact, Massachusetts has a worse law in effect where triggers have to be 10.5 pounds for their guns, which eliminates a lot of single action 1911s. But New Jersey also has really bad laws. I believe New Jersey doesn't allow class 3. I believe they don't allow hollow points. I believe you need to be permitted for each firearm. But I don't believe you have to fill out a background for ammunition like you do in California. California, you have to fill out a form for ammunition. The wait times are ridiculous. It's not, I mean, it all needs to be ratified out. People are getting in trouble in California for just owning guns that are legal everywhere else, and that's bullcrap. Let's see. $1,000. I don't have an opinion on the pricing. They were originally $700, but I mean, they might be worth it. It looks cool. Lego guy, you got your first shotgun on Christmas and it's chambered in 20 gauge and you still haven't shot it. There you go. DB, you'll buy anything on a good deal. So will I. That's why I have that Syntec. That gun makes no sense. Snowing by you yet, going to be getting 2 to 5 inches tonight here in New Jersey. Good thing about this storm is that there is no wind with this storm. We got a little bit less than an inch and it's already melting because the sun does a lot more melting around here and they heavily treated the roads, which I don't like because then I got to wash my car like 5 times a week in order to keep the crappy salt they use off of the undercarriage. But yeah, basically I just used the auto remote start on my truck and then it was fine by the time I got out there. It was fun sliding around. I turn off my traction control every time I drive in the snow. I grew up in Minnesota and traction control can actually lead to accidents when you're getting stuck because traction control will disable power to the vehicle and then you can't get unstuck. So I always just turn my traction control off in the winter. Yeah, the laws are stupid. $900 for a 226 X5 Legion sounds like a good deal. $900 for an X5 Legion is a steal. It's a $2,000 handgun. So if you're able to get it for $900, buy it now. It's simple. In California, criminals don't follow laws. Why do we need to be law-abiding? In California, yeah, that's the other thing. The biggest problem I have with a lot of the laws that are on the books are they expect criminals to play by the same rules. So somebody gets up and says, we're making a law that says you can only do this. Criminals don't go, man, I can't wait to go. Oh, wait, the law says I can only have one handgun? Ah, balls, put the rest back. They don't care. All gun control laws do is take guns out of the hands of people that can legally own them, or should legally own them, or would be more effective legally owning them. Especially if you live in a rural area where there's extreme long response times from the police. What if you need to handle a situation because your life is in danger, but your state determined that you shouldn't have a gun because, well, there was one murder last year, and that stopped the criminal. Permitted for each gun. Yeah, well, I might be saying it wrong. Massachusetts 10.5 pound trigger is not true on the 1911. So they obviously did something to get the, maybe it has to do with the linear trigger or the grip safety. But I do know that Taurus makes a 10.5 pound trigger. It's actually stamped MA on the side. So does the Ruger P22. They have 11 pound triggers on those. They're stamped right on the side of the slide MA. So either there's exceptions that they can apply for, but if you order a Massachusetts compliant semi-automatic pistol, they have a 10.5 pound trigger. Thoughts on Colorado removing Trump's name off the ballot? It was one of those things where your child acts up and you acknowledge it and you just made it worse. I'm not going to get full into politics here. I'm not telling you who I'm voting for. I'm voting for a bowl of Captain Crunch, to be honest with you. I might even write in my name because I'm 44 years old and I can legally run for president, so I can write my own name in if I want. But by giving him the attention he's seeking, all we're doing is playing into his hands. Again, I'm not giving you my opinion on him. I'm not telling you what I think about him. I'm not telling you what I'm thinking about anybody else. Biden needs to go. That's just a widely accepted thing on both sides, but I don't get into politics here. That's the one thing I try not to do. DB, you'll show me 2 inches. Okay. Massachusetts, only if gun does not have a slide safety. Thank you. So that's what I was guessing, because external safeties promise can do things. You'll buy that, Legion. Ben you DB. Ocean Dude, I made you a moderator. You could just unban yourself. Here down in Texas, there's a bunch of sleet. Yep. You said balls. Wow. So a Massachusetts compliant, yeah, if you go to like a distributor and you search Massachusetts compliant guns, they all have horrendous triggers. They're basically like buying a Sky. What's going on? Greetings from Chi Town. Chai tea? I forgot the name of your tall building. Berry Captain or Peanut Butter Captain. That's too personal, man. Not telling you. Let's see. Haywood, DB, no 10.5 only if no slide safety. I think the Colorado is about to get their butts kicked by the Supreme Court for that move. Yeah, I thought they actually allowed him back on it already. Because I know we tried to block him here in Virginia and it got kicked out of the... got overturned even before it got done. Yeah. Says they're still waiting to decide as of January 5th. The Supreme Court of the state of Colorado, blah, 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 blah. Supreme Court takes up Colorado decision, blah, blah, blah. We'll have to see. Yay, 16 people. Sears Tower, thank you. I won't call it whatever it is now. It was always a Sears Tower. It always will be the Sears Tower. Your M&P 45 has a mass trigger and it sucks. Owner can do trigger job legally. It's only for seller. That's true. It's the same way with exhaust equipment, diesel, DEF fluid equipment, things like that. If a owner decides to modify their items, it's up to them. We're all on here just a bunch of degenerates. So you dance a lot? You're Ellens? Are you Ellens? Porsche! Porsche! Apex the MP. Absolutely. Easy to do. You know what's not easy to do? SIG 938 trigger. I've been meaning to do that, but I watched one video, and the minute he started getting out an armorer's block and punches, I lost my chub and decided not to do it. I'm gonna do it, and it'll take me 10 minutes, but the minute I have to use a punch and an armorer's block, man, it's like being in a cold pool. The shrivel use. Race use. Off-road only. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way they do that too. If you go on Amazon and you look up LED light bars and LED lights, they all say for off-road use only. You actually got a conversation started about firearms. Yes, you did. Haywood, Apex is on your list. You like the curved trigger, though, over the flat Apex. Wow. Maybe you shouldn't be allowed to have guns, Haywood. You like a curved trigger over a flat trigger? What are you, an ape? Kidding. Or am I? You don't know. Maybe I'll time you out for that one. Ah, shit, you're behind the hearts and stuff. I can't time you out yet. Oh, I could! I could time you out right now, Haywood. Say you like a flat-faced trigger, Haywood. Say it, Haywood. Come on, Haywood. Haywood, 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 Haywood. Are you lagging or am I? So, and then I thought, Jenny asked, what is your favorite car brand? I like that question. My favorite car brand is Dodge. And I know you can yell at me all you want. I've had literally every brand except for Fiat. Haven't had a Fiat yet. I've had Porsche, I've had Volkswagen. I've had Volkswagens, I've had Toyotas, Hondas. I had one of the first, this was back in 2002. I had one of the first SI 1990 Honda Civic SI motor swaps into a 99 SI or a 99 EX chassis, so it was basically like a 99 SI. I used to have a DC5 Integra Type R or GSR. I used to have a few of them. But yeah, Dodge has always been in my family. My father is a dyed-in-the-wool Dodge guy, so ironically, I've had like 70 or 80 cars, and I've only had a handful of Chrysler products. But the last few that I've bought, I had a Chrysler 300 that I traded for my Ram, and I traded my Ram actually for a Ford, and then a Lexus, and then the current Durango. So Dodge is mine. Oh, Haywood. Oh, Haywood. 10-second timeout. Ha ha! 10 second. 10 seconds. You dared me. You said I wouldn't. I didn't know I could do it that short. Fair enough. Dodge is cool. Honda is an obvious favorite of your family. Hondas, I actually will go with a Honda over a Toyota any day of the week. I'll take a Honda over a Nissan any day of the week. Hondas, to me, have always had a little excitement built into them, whereas Toyota, Nissan, they were more utilitarian. I adored the 99 Civic. I really liked the 2000 Accord V6, the coupe. I thought that design was really nice. I really, really liked the original Pilot, the SUV, and I like the current Honda Ridgeline with their new design where they got rid of the flying buttress. I like the new Honda Ridgeline. I would not mind rocking one of those. And I like that when you use the turn signal, the screen gives you the offside camera, which is kind of cool. Fiat is Dodge, or used to be. Well, Fiat is under the same umbrella for Stellantis. Stellantis owns Fiat, Ferrari, Chrysler, Dodge, Alfa Romeo. They still own them all, but yes, Fiat is. But Fiat also worked with Mazda to create the 124, which is just a Miata. So they'll work on those. If I could get any car, it would be a Porsche. Which Porsche? What model? What is your favorite one? I had a 924, a Cayenne. I almost bought a first-gen Panamera before I bought my Durango. The dealership I was looking at, they had a trade-in Pan America in black, which I think takes care of that rear hump look, and the Durango, but I want to go with the Durango just for ease of maintenance. D-move, Joe. D-move. Yeah, pretty much. DB likes Rolls-Royce. Government Motors. Hey, wait a minute. Why did you delete his message? Dang it, you really did. No, that's fine. I only did that on purpose just to screw with him. Hey, Ocean, you don't need to do those. Ocean dude, stop. I did the one on for fun. It's okay. Don't time out people, and don't remove those messages, please. What do they mean by Maryland compliant rifles? Maryland does not allow pencil barrels. If you're in the state of Maryland, they have to be a heavy barrel. Believe it or not, you can own an FN Scar, but you cannot own an FN 15. Yeah, Ocean dude, I appreciate it, but yeah, don't keep timing people out, because I'll have to unmod you. It's joking. That's fine. I'll call out if I need somebody timed out. Hard faults per second. Yes. Sorry, my buddy, I'm IT for my friends, and his computer is apparently borking itself. How can you be on my live stream when your computer is having that many faults, dumbass? GT2 Maserati. I almost bought a Maserati. Actually, they had the Grand Sport Coupe. Was it the Grand Sport? I think it was a Grand Sport, but it had the automatic. If it had a manual transmission, I would have bought it. Gran Turismo, excuse me. It was the Gran Turismo, but it's the older body style. It was like a 2013 or something like that. It had 31,000 miles, but the guy, like I said, it was an automatic, so I didn't buy it. Yeah, it's cool, Ocean Just, yeah, if I need somebody timed out, I'll call that out. Unless, like I said, unless they're doing something obvious. Jenny was just having fun. It's fine. Jenny, you're good. Easy live stream is your phone while hard drive melts on your laptop. You have a hard drive in your laptop, Sam? His name's Sam. I already said his name. I'll talk to you when you get back from SHOT Show and we'll put an SSD in your computer. But did it do 185? Did what do 185? The GT2? Not sure. I know my Mustang will do 174. Don't ask me where. Admitting to that, actually, the police can't do anything unless they actually have audio and visual proof. No, like I said, it's no big deal. We'll move on from there. I wouldn't mind the new Gran Turismo, though. But they're only in automatic. Anyways, what were we saying? Fiat. Oh, yeah. How they own all that stuff. Yeah. And then I almost bought one. Maserati did 185, you lost your license, and now you don't drive. You for real, bro? That sucks. If it's for real. Unless I'm missing a line. You were kind of serious, though. Don't tempt me, girl. The Viper was fast in Mexico. The Viper, until you get above a 2004, is actually slow. 5 seconds 0 to 60. A Challenger SRT is faster than the Viper all the way up until they got over 600 horsepower. When they went to the full bore 640 horsepower engine, they were actually a very slow car. In fact, my Mustang GT track pack had the 373 Torsen rear end, the torsion sensing limited slip rear differential. That car went 0 to 60 in 4.1 in testing because it made almost 400 at the wheels on 93 octane. My car was dynoed at 393 at the rear wheels on 93 octane, which means at the crank, if you figure even a 15% driveline loss, although it was a manual, so let's say 10% driveline loss, I was still putting about 450 at the crank. Joe Walsh, life's been good. I can't be the only one that's this old. You are, my man. Your phone turned off, though, so you didn't even notice. So you had the 2014 GTS. Come on, hand. Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, if they had one that was that nice, I mean, they're up to like 38, 39 now. Yeah, I could have got it for 26 during COVID because they didn't want the car anymore. You don't understand why game companies make a new sports game every year. For example, FIFA, every year it's the same thing, just with a little bit better graphics. The Lego guy, because the absolutely rabid fans of sports want the current roster, or as current as they can possibly get. So they're willing to pay $70 for a game every year because it has a little name and a better picture of the player. I worked at a GameStop for a little while. Actually, I worked back. We'll get to that story in a second. But I worked at GameStop, and every year we had the same people coming in every year to trade in their previous game. And as soon as the new game comes out, there's a week window where you get max trade on the previous year's game, and then it drops down to 4% of what it was actually costing. But yeah, think about it this way. Somebody pays $70 because they're a huge sports fan for a game every year, compared to spending $150 for a jersey, spending $400 or $500 to go to the game, spending, you know, hundreds of dollars on memorabilia and stuff like that. I mean, $70 on a game or $70 on a Game Boy. You know, to some people, it's just whatever your love is going to influence what you spend your money on. So I can't really fault them. But yeah, if the game doesn't appeal to you, you're not going to really get into it. My favorite football game is NCAA 07 on PlayStation 2. But NCAA, they sued, or actually the players, the college players were suing because obviously they couldn't make profit on it, but all these companies were making profit on their names because they were putting all these college players' names in their games, and that's why people were buying them. Oh, look, my brother is in this game because he was playing for the team at that time, and all of a sudden EA was making hundreds of millions of dollars a year off these college kids, and the college kids weren't getting a dime. But you can't make money as an amateur, because if you make money as an amateur, you can't be drafted as a pro, which is absolutely stupid. It was the whole LeBron James thing, like when he had his Hummer before he signed his contract because his mom bought him a Hummer. You can't take money from anybody that's associated with a team before you get drafted or sign a contract as an amateur, because then you can't go pro that way. Am I even streaming now? I lost 5 people because I was talking about video games. Boobies. Boobies, boobies, butt, boobies, butt. Guns. War. Boom. War, 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 war. Boom. Boobies. Lost another one. Yep, that lawsuit was ridiculous. A lot of people were trying to keep EA in the money train. And they lost because you were using somebody's identity. Obviously, when you're playing at the college level and you're being broadcast on national television, that's fine because you're hoping that will eventually turn into a payday. But yeah, it's crazy that EA was actually making hundreds of millions of dollars. Lego guy, what is my favorite Game Boy game? My favorite Game Boy game is actually Dr. Mario. I could play that all day long. It seems like Chad is running out of ideas. New subject, you tried hydro dipping this weekend. How did it go? I've always wanted to try that. Linus Tech Tips did that with some graphics cards back when the 20 series first came out. Seems like it was pretty cool, pretty fun to do. Yeah, this is kind of what we do. We just kind of talk about different stuff. We're at an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes, and we just kind of ramble, talk about stuff. If I had a dedicated thing, like next week I may actually do, or next live stream on Wednesday, I may actually pull us way over there or pull that table over here and build the water-cooled computer while I'm doing that live stream. That'll be interesting if that actually works. We'll see how that goes because I make a lot of noise when I build things. I also make a lot of messes because I don't do things the right way. But yeah, hydro dipping, I like the carbon fiber hydro dipping, but it always amazes me when people actually do it because I can't imagine doing it that way. Who doesn't like boobies? They are great. They are. You did a calculator. It was so good your friend asked you to do one for him. That's awesome. That's awesome sauce. When I get my garage back up and going, probably next year at some point, we're going to be doing some custom painting on things. I'll be doing custom computer painting, custom rim painting, things like that. But I'll paint pretty much anything that somebody wants me to paint. We'll see what happens. Although for some reason all I did was type in hydro dipping and it's all... Okay, that's a bad picture. I thought that was a dude trying to hydro dip a guinea pig. That would have been bad. Touchdown Tampa. Are you watching a live game? This is the ADHD stream with the bonus couch, the ADHD couch squirrel. You also did a Traxxas body. After stickers look like something the factory did. That's amazing, Jenny. Yeah, skills like that are fun to learn, and once you've learned them, they're awesome because you can, like you're doing for your buddy who wants a calculator. If you do it for him, you know, if you wind up doing it and you love it, great. Yeah, I'm just looking at pictures of stuff that's been hydro dipped. Somebody hydro dipped the sky. I don't know if I would have done that. It looks better. It's outside your back window. If you don't have a back window, get out of your house and go around to the back of the house. If you're at the back of the house, technically that's the front of the house now. So go to the back of the house. Jenny, you fit in great. You fit in wonderful, Jenny. Oh, Japanese classics. Let's see if they got any new cars for me to drool over that I still can't afford right now. Oh, they got a GS300 with the 2JZ, but an automatic. But I don't think I want one of those. That's beautiful, and I don't care. Do I have a second channel? Yes, my second channel is Jimmini Tech, T-E-C-H. But basically everything you see on the Jimmini show, tech-wise, gets duplicated up on the Jimmini show and Jimmini Tech. So if you just watch Jimmini Tech, you're going to be good there. Ooh, a 96 Lancer Evo 4. Should I buy a Lancer Evo 4? Looks really clean. Is that a Tom's front bumper? Ooh, it's got the BBS wheels. It's got the high-rise spoiler. It's got the spoiler. They left the radio in it. It's got a Momo wheel. Upgraded radio, that's fine. Digital climate controls at work. If that's a real Momo wheel, that'd be cool. It's got the factory Recaros. 26 grand, that's not bad. Come on, kids. What else should we talk about today before we end the stream? I'm not ending it until there's nobody here. I said that last time, but I'm saying it again. Oh. Are these for sale? No, you bastards. If you're not going to sell them, why would you show them? You're just going to make me jealous. Wah. I know that car. Focus. I don't own a Focus. I own a Durango. All right, so let's see. Yeah, the beginning of the year was pretty bad. I watch Pilot Debrief and Mentor Pilot, two of my favorite airline guys. I went in high school, I was an aviation magnet, and I have a little bit of flight time from 30 years ago, so I don't even think that translates. But I was thinking about getting a private pilot's license this year. We'll have to see if that actually happens. You have the one that caught on fire. You have the 737 Maxes where they're losing their doors. The ones that are losing their door plugs, that's because the door plugs were put in at the factory, and if they aren't being used, they aren't being checked, and they aren't being checked, and then the door plugs are popping out, which is kind of crazy. Let's see. You like the Skyline GTR from 1972? Those are nice. How expensive is my PC? If I were to recreate it for somebody, it would be about $4,000. You recommend an MP clone? Yes, I would highly recommend Zenith before a Century Arms, and then I would recommend a PTR before a Zenith or Zenith, depending on which way you say it. The PTR seems to be the most accurate. It's actually built off the dies, and the PTR, they actually put the PIC rail welded to the top of the receiver, which is nice. They also give it the fun switch spot, because if you have a fully transferable fire control group, you can actually just drop it right into the PTR because it's built off of HK design specs. Tooth Fairy or Easty Bunny. Easter Bunny. My words, mouth, floor, form, off, not good. Get that license, dude. You will like it. Yeah, and you only need like 40 hours, so we'll have to see. Who was the wizard guy on Flintstones? The Great Kazoo. Your grandpa used to fly a Cessna 182. You'd recommend that? I believe that's what we went up in when I was in high school. Our teacher had his instruction permit, so he was able to take us up, and we all got to take turns. And then I have a couple of training flights under my belt, and then we did the simulators in Minnesota, where we broke the simulator in Minnesota, which was fun. I broke there at Fort Snelling. They had a simulator. They also had the YF-12A, which was the two-seat training SR-71 Blackbird, the originator, the prototype. That was really cool. We got to look inside. We didn't get to sit in it, but we broke the simulator. We were coming in for a landing, and me and this kid were the co-pilots. He technically is the one that did it. So we're coming in for the landing, right? And this kid, right before we touched down, just yanks the stick back. So the whole simulator, from what we were told later, goes to its full extension because he puts the plane into just a steep nose climb. And what happens is when he does that, the whole simulator goes like that, and then it basically reached the extension of its ability as a simulator and literally exceeded it because of how fast he went, maybe. I mean, we're not 100% sure, but then the simulator shut down and the whole thing went thunk and fell backwards onto its stops, and then they couldn't get the simulator started for an hour. It was having like really weird problems. It might have damaged the hydraulic, we're not sure, but yeah, it was pretty funny. What was that maid's name on the Jetsons? Okay, now you're just asking me weird questions, and honestly, all of a sudden I can't remember it. I can see her face in my nightmares. Also, did I mention the B-1 crash? No, I didn't. That was insane. Wait, there's a female in the chat. Why are you presuming to judge? Recommend a drone. Anybody that will listen to you. What was the club Fred and Barney were in? I don't know. I didn't watch the Flintstones much. Well, who's your favorite musician? Here's one. I'm about to lose all of you. Dave Matthews Band. No, this is one of my family members' accounts. Your name is Brady. Ocean is fast. Oceans are not fast. They're just powerful. Not a female, sorry. Says Jenny is a Fed. DB, come on. If they were a Fed, they would know exactly what I'm doing with my left hand right now. Super fast, we got Feds. No, I swear, not a Fed. You know how to know Trump good. Rosie the robot. You know, that's exactly what a Fed would say, Jenny. Trump good, Trump good, Trump good. Hey, Lobster, what's going on, dude? Welcome. It's been like 3 days. You haven't been here. I changed my setup again. Instead of sitting with my back to the wall, I'm sitting with my back to the couch. I'm ignoring the couch and the firearms that are on it that I should be playing with right now. I'll do those later. My buddy doesn't need them back till Wednesday, so. Ants Go Marching is passable, the rest is meh. That's from the Under the Table and Dreaming album. Do you listen to country music? Yes. I listen to just about every type of music. It all depends on the mood I'm in. In Minnesota, when we had to keep our garage doors closed all winter, we listened to a lot of country because that made us sadder. When I had my body shop in downtown Minneapolis, which was a block from the Gophers Stadium, that's just flexing. I had a shop. We listened to a lot of Mexican music because it was predominantly Mexicans that were in there. And I'm not saying that to be racist. They were literally Mexican. I listened to a lot of hip hop, a lot of electronic music. Metal, I have to be able to hear the lyrics. I don't like screamo. You know, I don't like thrash metal. I don't like death metal. I don't like stuff like that. I just like metal. And then I can listen to just some R&B stuff too. Just, I'm into a little bit of everything. Again, with hip hop and rap, I don't like mumble rappers, but I will listen to just about anybody. Do. Best bad is twice banned, but the second band is Red Velvet. You mean Velvet Revolver? Boff beef. Sup, dudes? Nice setups. LOL. Minnesota, aka Canada. No, we are the staging state for the invasion of Canada that will eventually happen. It's actually one of those things. It's kind of like ICBM missile silos. Minnesota is always ready to invade Canada and annex it because all you need is a squad of drunk cheerleaders and a bottle of good scotch, and you can just overthrow most of Canada. Now, I know some places like Winnipeg, they're a little bit harder to deal with, but when you get into Quebec, you know, if you just show them American dollars, they'll roll over and go belly up so you can pet them behind the that one spot that makes the leg kick. Speed metal's okay. Nah, rapping Heppen has been shit since the early 200s. Yep, I do remember Spartacus as well as Clemenestra not being really good at having a flow. Clymenestra, not Clemenestra. I was thinking of two different people. I was trying to say Cleopatra. Do I recommend the manual safety delete on a P320? Sure. The models of 320 that I normally have, like my Legion, no manual safety. My X-Carry, no manual safety. So the X5, no manual safety. Just get that shit out of there. It doesn't need one. 80s to 2000s was hip-hop's golden ages. Debatable. Once listened to Jay-Z Hard Knock Life on repeat for 8 hours straight just to piss off a coworker. That is Haywood, man. I approve. Bro called Canada weak. I'm not calling it weak. I'm calling it unarmed. Also, Trudeau's a stupid man. Stupid man. Stupid man. Bro, when Putin comes over the Arctic, it's going to be US F-35 facing them, not old-ass Canadian F-18s. Hey, man, Tom Cruise proved the F-18 can keep up with Gen 5 fighters. Did you notice that? They didn't use any of the F-35s, F-22s. They didn't use anything current gen because Tom Cruise wanted to fly them and they wouldn't let him. You seen the vid where they made all former presidents and world leaders into AI females? Obama was hot. I think I should just end this live stream now, DB. You're just. Pardon me. I have to go to the bathroom for 5 minutes. I'm kidding. I'm not going anywhere. Okay. I'm not showing that picture. He has a Brotherhood of Steel and a shit firearm on the back of his laptop. Anyways, sorry. Nah, Tom Cruise flew F-18 Super Hornets. That's what I'm saying. He said that we'd be meeting with only F-35s and F-22s. No, we would use F-18s all day. The F-18 is amazing. The F-16 is still capable. And believe it or not, the F-4 Phantom still could be capable to this day if they bring them out of the boneyards. Me and some buddies did look at buying an F-4 Phantom once. You know, they're available for like 1.8 million, demilitarized, obviously. They don't have modern avionics or anything. But you can get like an 80s example for like 1.8 million for private sale. Maybe that's why I'm trying to get my pilot's license. You don't know. If any sponsor wants to buy the plane for me, I'll get my dual jet engine rating for fighter pilot. I don't know what that takes. Probably going to take a couple of days. So here's one. Former U.S. Navy McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom. According to the Google result, it is available for $2.35 million, and it still has its U.S. Navy markings, which is pretty badass. Let's see. Here's an F-4H Phantom 2. But it may be subject to taxes. Probably. Probably. It's the exact same plane. So, world's only privately owned F4 Phantom capable of flight. That is not true. What's my favorite moderator? I would probably say the 2.5-inch moderator that's on the original Vietnam era M16. Canada is still using the old ass first generation F-18s. Hey, it can still outhandle a Cessna. Trudeau is the love channel of a casting couch session, and no, not that couch. Yeah, there's no real good stains on that couch. You see the stealth bomber that was caught on Google Maps? Nope. Buy some Japanese F4s or Turkish F4s when they get retired? Nah. Those were still upgraded, yeah. Should you time out DB? It's fine. When you get rich, you'll buy one. I'll be holding out for you. But yeah, it's crazy because Trade a Plane, that's the name of that site I've been looking at. Let's see what else they have. So you can get that. You can get a Skyhawk. Should you get a Skyhawk? Those are only 3.2 million. That's the one of the old trainers. Premium fighter sales. F4 Phantom. Yeah, we already looked at that one. Why are you guys making me look at stuff like this? Ocean Dude, what did you mean by it, Lego? I don't know what's going on. I think Ocean Dude was saying that you're my favorite, Lego. When that's not true, I don't have favorites. You're all disappointments. What did I just open? I just clicked on a not safe link, and I think my computer just got infected. What is this? Send $200 or we will not keep your files. Actually, I know how to get out of that too without paying it, but I'm not telling anybody because then I'll get in trouble. Let's look at Warbirds. Yeah, I'm looking at some weird shit today. You'll take an A10 over an F4 because of brrr. You should be timed out. Why, Ocean Dude? What? Okay, both of you are going to get timed out. You guys are getting a little ridiculous. Oh, 1951 Chance Vought F4U Corsair. Oh, those are beautiful. I don't need a new one. I need an old one. $3.4 million though. I need a couple of extra sponsors. Hawker Sea Fury. Those were cool. Here we go. 1944 North American P-51D, the original Mustang, $3 million. That's why Tom Cruise actually has one, because they're only about $3 million. Yeah, because you are human. No, bro, you're actually alien. Don't do it. You won't. You think. Okay, let's see. Put user in timeout for 10 seconds. So Ocean Dude, Lego. Put you both in timeout for 10 seconds. This'll learn you. 10-second timeout. You'll be back in a minute. F4 Kush. Yeah, no, dude, they're amazing. Chill out, kids. I want you guys to chill out. No fighting. Oh, a Messerschmitt ME-109. Oh, it's sold. Damn it. I figured we could all go in together. You can get the reproduction Mustang. A guy named Stewart did one in 2020. 550,000, looks just like an original. Yeah, no, both of you need to calm down, Ocean Dude and Lego Guy. If I have to time out my own mods, that looks a little bit bad on me. I won't take you through the drive-through anymore if you guys won't cooperate. I love you both, but yeah, a little bit less. Boo! Yeah, it's fine. We'll see. Be good, otherwise I start unmodding people. We've gone past funny. You know what I mean? Ooh, a sub. Bro, World War III is happening. You're just watching. Yeah, like I said, everybody's cool. That's your one warning. Just chill out a little bit. Funny and over obnoxious is one thing. Yes, P-51 Mustangs. I wouldn't mind one. When you were at the Smithsonian, you saw the ME-262. You had a moment totally in awe. Yeah, it's been 1 week since I think we went in 2019 to the Smithsonian. That was amazing. Unfortunately, my legs were really screwed up, so I had to be in a wheelchair for most of it, but I did get up to see stuff. They had the Enola Gay, which dropped one of the A-bombs on Japan. They had all kinds of cool stuff there. I really wish I could have gone inside the space shuttle when they had it there. I think they're or they're pausing the exhibit for maintenance or something like that. It's going to be down for like a year, so that's pretty crazy. But yeah, no, they got a lot of Mustangs all of a sudden. 4351B, 4351C, which was the trainer, so it doesn't have the clean arrow shape on top because it's a two-seater, but it looks really cool. It's had a full rebuild on it. That's pretty cool. 550K versus 3.5 million, so that's a big difference there. Ooh, you can buy a DC-3, the old school airline. Although why they have it as war horses is beyond me. But yeah, the B1B, the B1 that went down was pretty bad. Badonka chonky donka chonka donka 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 donka. F-111, those were cool too. Thank you guys. Yeah. Those were amazing planes. It's a conventional supersonic bomber. Bomber. No, Lego. It's cool. What we're going to do is we're going to take it, we're going to fold it up, we're going to put it in our pocket, and we're going to forget it's there. We're good. Also had a chance to board a B-17. Mad respect for the... Yeah, I've seen pictures of how cramped it is inside of a B-17. That would be fun, though. I want to get into one of those gunner pods they have because they look like they're so cramped, but I kind of like it. That would be so interesting to be able to sit in one just for a chance to sit in one just to see what it's like. Oh, they built a beautiful car. It's not ADD if you're enjoying it. Just saying. Ooh, let's see what the financing is for these guys right now. At Japanese Classics, we get frequent inquiries about financing for our cars. Although we're a licensed automotive dealership, we do not offer in-house financing, but we do have friends who can help. We have established bank relationships with trusted companies that specialize in collector car financing, including blah blah and blah 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 blah. I'm not naming names because, don't do it, Joe. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. $30,000. Shit. Huh? I could do that. No, 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 don't. Haywood, cramped isn't the word, not to mention how thin the aluminum is. Yes, that's true. The F-111 was supersonic and is nuke capable. Yes, it was capable of carrying a nuke. And yes, it was supersonic capable. I believe that was a Grumman, right? F-111. I think that was... No, yeah, F-111. Let's see. Let's give you the basic rundowns of them. The B. Nope. Nope. So they use Pratt & Whitney turbofans. Could go 1,448 miles an hour, so that's close to Mach 2 depending on elevation. all-weather strike capable, located at a low level to destroy targets. Although a lot of people said they were a bitch to land because of their overwing design. Should bring them back. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of cool. It's just engine technology versus the airframe is always an issue. Like, you could take anything and cram bigger and bigger and bigger and more powerful engines into them and keep them slightly relevant, but eventually you're going to get to a point where what you've done is you're overtaxing the airframe. So even if they built a brand new one right now, I don't think it would be capable of handling sustained Mach 2.5. And I don't think, because it's got the sweep wing design like an F-14, even, but it's got an overwing design, I don't think it would have the maneuverability to be able to escape from even like an F-15 Strike Eagle. I think an F-15 Strike Eagle would take one down easily. So countries that still fly like MiG-31s and MiG-37s would be able to take down an F-111 with no problem now, because they've still have generational upkeep on them for the most part, versus the F-111s, which they're kind of like old computers. They lost all their support. Yeah, for the longest time, one of the first airplane games me and my buddies played was back on my 386. He had a 386 too, I think. Was Aces over the Pacific, and my favorite plane was the F4U Corsair, because I like that canted wing design, the angled wing design. And then of course the F4 Phantom, even though it coincidentally says F4 on it, has a similar wing design. I always thought that was one of the most beautiful planes. It also held the low level speed record for decades. It was able to break Mach 1 at like 600 feet, but I believe the F-111 actually took its record by going like Mach 1.5 at like 200 feet, which was an amazing achievement. Also had the honor to talk with the World War II vet, B-17 tail gunner. He said he got picked since he was the little guy. What's River Raid? Well, yeah, gunners were always targeted in bombers, because obviously a gunner has a chance to stop an airplane from stopping the bombers. So that would be a really, really, really dangerous place to be. Do you see that they're publicizing the Titanic again for some reason? I mean, it was found in 1912, or it went down in 1912. So we're like, what, 110 years out now, but they're still talking about it. Do I like the Terminator? I have not liked a Terminator movie since Terminator 2. I thought Terminator 2 was of its day, and it still holds up. However, I enjoyed Genesis. A lot of people hate Genesis. I enjoyed it. The last Terminator movie they did was okay too. Making the Terminator regret what he does in the movie, it was interesting, and just in general was pretty fascinating. But yeah, I enjoyed Genesis, but the last one I really liked was Terminator 2. I'm old enough now that I'm seeing so many movies being redone that it's causing me to become a Gen X boomer. I preferred the original RoboCop. Actually, I like the current RoboCop. It went too far the wrong direction, and then all the other movies had. You have a gecko on your wall. Well, hopefully he can help you save money on your car insurance. Sarah Connor, I need your boots, your clothes, and your motorcycle. That was horrible. Horrible. If I don't practice accents, I can't do them. Quick, without Googling it, what does Geico stand for? If you can guess, you get my undying admiration. 5, 4, 3, 2, uno, dos, whatever words. It stands for Government Employee Insurance Company. Wow, that was an awesome graphical glitch on my computer's part. Are we still live? Yeah, we still seem to be live, so we're good. We're at 2 hours, kids. Come on, there's still people here. I want to hear some questions. There's 13 people here, but only 4 people talking. I want people to be like, you misspelled insurance. So I'll believe you that you kind of knew what you were doing. So, confidential informant. It's not a CI. I don't pay him anything. Oh, I want to look at local car dealerships. I'm doing my taxes and I need a car for runarounds for my business that I can definitely write off versus writing off my daily driver, which I can write off, but I'd rather write off something that I don't care about piling miles onto. I told you, Haywood, I will give you my undying love and admiration. And this gun I found. DB, you're going to bed? You're up at 4:30 in the morning because you're a Fed? You didn't tell me that you were part of the alphabet soup people. Only know because it's your insurance company. Man, I used to have Geico, and right now I have USAA, which I think is underwritten by Liberty, and I'm a little bit disappointed in them. You should post on your YouTube channel. Yeah, you should, DB. Yeah, although what's funny is the last 2 major accidents I had, which were not my fault, I never even told my insurance company I was in an accident. So I had my accident in the Mustang, a Volvo wagon, some old dude, non-American citizen, was driving a Volvo wagon they had just bought, and they were tailgating another car trying to get through a red light. I was sitting in the turn lane waiting to turn left. This fool locks up his brakes, and his brakes were so crap, I don't know how he got an inspection, but he managed to slide under my headlight and smash into my car, destroyed his Volvo, which was hilarious. I killed a Volvo with the 2014 Mustang. But the best part of it was, on my right side, that was across the street, for the cross street, was a sheriff's deputy, and behind me, 3 cars, was a city cop. That was hilarious. So I wound up calling his insurance company. It's been a multitude of years, so I can name it. It was Erie Insurance. I spoke to their representative. I got the police report. The police report was mistyped, so the very last line of the report said that it was my fault, not his, because they got our cars confused. The rest of the report had car 1, car 2. The last line transposed him, but because he spoke very bad English, didn't read really well, he thought that meant that I was at fault, so he refused to accept blame on it, even though his insurance company was telling him to. So I told them, look, here's the deal. Pay it out, or it's going to court, and I'm going to get reduced value on my car because it's been repaired and it will now have a Carfax ding, and I will sue for the time I've taken and everything, and it's going to run you about probably $100 grand. So the next day I get a phone call from the insurance company. Yup, we talked to him, told him to accept his responsibility, and they put me into a rental car and fixed the car. It was $11,000 in damages, and took care of it all in 4 days. The second time I got hit, I was in my Chrysler 300. I got rear-ended at a stoplight. The guy was going 40 miles an hour in the rain with no headlights, no wipers, smashes into the back of my car, totals his roommate's car, luckily insured, but totals his roommate's car. Now, caused about $10,000 in damage on that one. Had to have a new trunk floor put in. They had to pull the rear frame. Didn't salvage the car because the airbags didn't go off. But again, I didn't tell my insurance company because I didn't have to. I wasn't at fault. I contacted his insurance company. I got a rental. I got the car fixed. I got it all taken care of in less than 3 days. And the best part is that car wasn't even in my name. So I had a rental car for 2 weeks when my name wasn't even on the title to that car, because I convinced their insurance company to just pay for it and put it in my name because I was the driver. Yeah, because of my disability, I was denied car loans because I wasn't working for 4 years, so it was hard to get a car. Let's see. What did I miss? You were gone for 2 minutes. What did you miss? Well, my long-winded story on my last 2 accidents that weren't my fault, that didn't involve me having to tell my insurance. A chance to sit on the couch, sweet, on your way down. Wait, what? When did I say you could sit on my couch? I never said you could sit on my couch. I said you could have this gun I found. I'll give you a gun. I'm not giving you the couch. You're not sitting on my couch. Don't even try it, man. How'd we go from plane to insurance? I asked people to tell me what Geico stood for. Does Bull Armory sell to California? Let's find out. Is Bull Armory on choose your handgun certified for sale. Let's see. Wasn't insurance fraud. Was not insurance fraud. He hit my car that I was in. Let's see. Arms Corps, all of their stuff is. Beretta, a lot of their stuff is. Beretta, a lot of their stuff is. Browning, we're getting there. It jumps from Browning to Camden, so no, Bull Armory is not listed, but let's see if Desert Eagle is. Obviously Colt. Dan Wesson's Commander Classic and PM7 are, but yeah, Desert Eagle might be under Car Arms, so I'm going to keep going. But so far, Bull Armory and Desert Eagle are not on the list. Of course, Glocks are. They're always on there. Heckler and Koch. Henry. Let's see. Car Arms. A lot of their individual Car Arms stuff is. But I do not see any of their stuff on there, so it looks like they are not on there. You're losing brain cells every time I type. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this doing something to you? Are you wearing headphones? Oh God, I just invoked a demon. Hi Marsh, how are you doing, man? Welcome to the live stream that's all about nothing. I'm the Jerry Seinfeld of live streamers. And I won't go on Twitch. So I'm very Jerry Seinfeld because I refuse to do stuff. Playing World of Warships and or Shatterline while listening, so not too much active. That's cool. Is it possible to put pictures in chat on phone? I don't think so, just checking. No, you can't put pictures, and I would have to approve links. If you wanted to put a link to something like a photo bucket, that shows how old I am. You can do that, and I'll take a look at it privately. 2016 Chrysler 300. Looks like a premium. That would be cool. You got the mechanical keyboard. It feels nice, but you hate the chattering sound. Yeah, I have some chiclet style wireless ones because this is a wireless mouse that is actually connected to a chiclet keyboard, and I really should use it for streaming, but I'm too lazy to get up and go get it. Also, I really have to pee. Challenger, already have one of those. Dodge Neon with a 4-speed automatic. Yeah, buddy, that would be a good one. Drive around in a Dodge Neon, save the good car for everything else. What about a Lincoln MKZ? SIG STX 1911. Here, I'll move my microphone a little bit. Ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. Ooh. It says private party, they're only worth about 860 bucks. But I don't know the date on this website. That says historical values. Okay, what I'm going to do real quick though is I really do have to use the bathroom, so I'm going to pull up one of my videos and I'm going to play it in the background so you guys have something to look at while you chat for a minute. Why do I have ads? Oh yeah, because I have YouTube. And then, yeah, so just kind of stare at this for a minute while I do this. So, yeah. There you go. Watch that for a second. I'll be right back. Actually, I need to turn down the microphone, otherwise you'll hear me pee. Where are we at? 4.7? Okay. Okay, I'm back. 4.7, there we go. We'll switch it back up there. Doink. Doink. I'm back. He's back. He had to pee. That's what happens when you drink bottles of water every day. 5 minutes, Joe needs a break. P, not B. So it'd be PRB. DB, you have a good night, man. Thank you so much for hanging out. I am back, and I put up one of my videos, and half of you ran away. Half of you ran away. Okay, welcome to hour 2.5 of the Monday night live stream. I'm your host, this guy. And I'm just saying, what's up? If you guys have any questions, throw them out there. If you have any comments, throw them out there. Make sure to like the video if you're going to be on your way out. That's always fun for us here at the Jimmini Show to talk to you and have fun with you. Make sure you become a member of the channel if you aren't. Also subscribe. Go over to Jimmini Tech, watch some of those videos, come back and make sure your seats and tables are in their upright position while we land and talk some more. Thank you very much for flying Spirit Airlines. Actually, not sponsored. Hashtag not spawned. Do I like Eminem the rapper? Yes. I enjoy his rap style. I enjoy what he does. He is entertaining to watch. I don't have like a greatest person ever list. That's crazy. But yeah, no, I enjoy him. He's enjoyable. You've been here for over an hour. I think you've been here for a lot longer than that, my friend. It's funny because there's such a delay when I use a camera that, yeah. I'm actually watching myself finish the answer that I just gave a minute ago. It could be on extended delay because of the firearms in the background. Who knows? Or it could just be because this is a different camera and I don't have the settings right. Let's say it's the settings and I don't have the camera right. Again, I'm not a reactor, so if you're coming in here, you're new here, I don't do react videos. I did play my own video for a minute while I was going to the bathroom. That does happen. Make sure that my audio is still good. Let's see here. Yep, look fine to me. Yeah, we're basically a bunch of goobers that sit around talking. We're kind of like a D&D crew without the D&D. Although I wouldn't mind doing a D&D session with somebody. If anybody's in the Northern Virginia area, like the dude in Centerville that wants to come over and do D&D, we can have some fun. I'm trying different webcams right now, Lego guy. Right now I have the Logitech. It's the Logitech C922 ProStream webcam. That is the 1080p camera. On Friday, I was using the Logitech 4K camera, the Pro, which had more options and stuff. But because I don't know OBS well, I was suggested a video to watch. It's an entire series of videos which I'm going to watch because this year I'm doing live stream 3 times a week. I need to get better at them. So I'm going to watch the entire OBS course, which will help me get everything set up better. So I'm having a lot of lag and stuff. 6 for 1000 doesn't sound a bad deal. What? What'd I miss? 6 for 1000. Are you talking about the 226 for $1,000? Like I said, if you're talking about the 226X Legion, X5 Legion for $1,000, that was a steal. What did I miss? I missed something. Got a D&D campaign going right now. Same quest for the past year or so. So online over Discord. Oh, really? I have an idea for an insane D&D character. I wanted to do a character that has a multiple personality disorder and thus is like 5 different classes. But at the start of the campaign, the only person that knows that person is that weird is the DM. And the rest of the people at the table don't realize it. So every time that it becomes that person's turn, you would roll a dice, and whatever number it landed on is the character that person would have to do. So I would have to do one of 5 different personalities, dialects, etc., and have them all trying to be different classes, but we don't know exactly who the initial personality is until like the 3rd or 4th hour of the campaign. I thought that would be funny to do. Priests of the Mechanica in Warhammer 40k can have that trait. That's kind of cool. Did not know that. Any good revolvers that you recommend? It's hard to recommend them because they're all so damn expensive that a Colt Python or a Colt Anaconda for $1,500 almost sounds reasonable. I was going to get Rock Island's ALS 9mm, and they did another one. They're 22 long rifle guns. They're like $750 for their stupid 22 long rifle revolver. Right now, if you want a cheap 357, a Windicator is a great way to go. The EAA Windicator. I had an old one that had like 10,000 rounds through it, and it was still timed and clocked right. Taurus's Raging Hunters are a great lineup, but they're like $1,000 to $1,200 depending on the caliber. They did just come out with a 500 Smith & Wesson version that I'm trying to get my hands on. Other than that, I mean, Colt is good. Smith & Wesson just in generals are good. The Ruger GP 100 series, excuse me, is very good. Apparently going to the bathroom made me burp. Gonna have to steal that idea for your next campaign. Your DM would love it. Absolutely, dude. It's all yours. Have fun with it. Jenny, I was doing work, so I did. Or Brady, know how long you were here? Really should stop delaying homework till 9:26. Yeah, that's a long time to delay your homework there. If you recall, it's when they divine their consciousness, and I like how you would partition a hard drive. Poorly undersized with the wrong letters. I've done that. So anyone play instruments here? I don't. I played piano when I was younger. My father plays guitar, and he builds wicked custom guitars. He has a bunch of them that he's built. Hello, TB. How you doing? Thanks for contributing. Love to hear from you. But yeah, my dad does some custom guitars. I got to make some videos on the guitars he's built. He wanted to do a channel, but then I didn't have time to do any editing or anything for him. So if he wants to do that himself, that'd be cool. Taurus 692, 357, and 38 special, and 9mm. That's cool. Does it use 2 different cylinders, or is the back of the cylinder made to take the moon clips? buddy of mine just bought a 9mm. It came with plastic moon clips, but he swapped them out for steel. He prefers metal moon clips for his rounds. Those of you that don't know, a moon clip is required to run certain ammunition that are rimless. Basically, most modern semi-automatic hand fire or center fire rounds are rimless, so the whole cartridge is the same diameter. Whereas 357, 38 Special, they have the casing and the end of it is got a rim on it that is held in place by the cylinder. So if you're going to run a 9mm, you have to use what are moon clips. 45 ACPs are the same way. If you have a gun that can do 45 ACP, 10mm, 40 Smith & Wesson, they all, a lot of them require moon clips, or they need the cylinder specifically made so that the extractor becomes like a moon clip, which is interesting, and it is functional. And it's a little annoying, but it works fine. That's why you get a speed loader, or you just have moon clips that are already put together. Yes, 2 different cylinders, moon clips needed. Thank you. I mean, that's cool. That's the way to go, man. Now you have 3 different calibers that can be fired out of the same gun. That's impressive. Not a lot of guns can do that except for revolvers. Yes, I know you can get conversion barrels for 40-9 and like SIG P320s, 226s, 229s, but just the fact that it's a cylinder that can do that is kind of interesting to me. I should do a song on Spotify called The Famous Couch. No. The couch already has a swelled head. I'm not allowed to sit on it. I'm not going to give it any more attention by telling it that it's a good couch, or that it's an amazing couch, or that that couch will never see the butt cheeks on anybody. Does anyone play instruments here? Nope. Jenny, like I was saying, I did not realize you'd walked out. Brady, is it really Brady, or are you actually Jenny and you were just screwing with me? It's hard to tell. My father builds custom guitars. I have to do a video on it. There's a short on my channel where I showed some of his guitars. He's got like 55 or 60 custom builds that he's done, and they're amazing. Your buddy has a single 6. Shooting 9mm with the clips is odd, but still fun. Also, if you preload them, the moon clips can act kind of like a speed loader. I have shot the Ruger, the new Ruger 22. Man, my brain is fried already, and I like that. You are actually Brady. Okay, thank you. I'm going to call you Brady from now on, unless you correct me at any point. But yes, the Ruger Wrangler, the Super Wrangler, if you haven't shot that one, if you're looking for a 22 revolver and you don't mind shooting it Colt single action style, which means it has the side gate that opens and you got to plunge each spent cartridge out, that's a good way to go. I prefer a revolver with a swing out cylinder for ease of loading as well as speed. But the Super Wrangler is nice because it has target sights. Man, I'm getting all kinds of graphical glitches. I think I got to reload the driver for my graphics card. I almost fried this motherboard because I tried putting a 17-year-old, or not 17-year-old, a 7-year-old graphics card on here that had been sitting in a box for God knows how long, and when I plugged it in, it literally shorted out the system, and I think it damaged my PCIe slot, my top one. So I may have to replace that motherboard, which is unfortunate because the motherboard works good, but it does give me an excuse to get a better one. I may have to get the Z790 because the Z790 is backwards compatible with the 12900 chip, which is what I have. We'll see. You play the tensor sax, and although you've only played cello for a quarter of a year, no, that's cool. A lot of people I've found that are in any way mechanic or musically inclined can play multiple instruments. There's no liquor in this drink. I'm just that mentally wasted right now. But those that can play multiple instruments can play instruments very, very easily. How much for the old Mobo? It's not going to be for sale. I don't know when I'll replace it. It all just depends. I'll try a driver update. If the driver fixes it, then I won't even worry about it. It's amazing. I talk about computers and people and drive away from the stream. Who do I think is the funniest person in the chat? I would say the one that doesn't speak much and only chimes in very, very seldomly. Like when there's multiple people watching and only 4 people talking, I'm going to assume it's one of the ones that doesn't talk. So, Court makes a 6-shot 9mm cylinder to fit the L-frame 357 Smith & Wesson. Man, just saying the word Court means it's going to be super expensive, though. Oh, I don't even want to look it up because I don't own a Court. I wanted their 1911. Because the gun is $6,600. Court teamed up with Nighthawk Customs, or Nighthawk Customs bought Court. I'm not sure what the deal was, but yeah, their stuff is so amazing. Optics, accessories, magazines. I want to look at their semi-automatics. I mean, some of their stuff is not that bad of a price. They're doing the Walthers in a pretty good price. Really? I gotta say, some of their prices are actually reasonable. They're selling everything. Nighthawk Custom in Court, they're a reseller. So, I mean, they've got things like expensive Heckler and Koch guns. They've got the Lagos Alien full kit. But they also sell the normal stuff too. I am impressed. And their prices are right on. Wow. Let's see. Haywood, I'm equal parts PC geek and gun geek. I'm gun geek, car geek, comic book geek. I used to draw, but then I screwed up my hands, and then with my nerve damage, I can't really do anything. Jenny, why buy a revolver when you have a 9mm semi-autos with higher capacity? Some people prefer the shooting of a revolver. If you have a revolver that can go into single action, they have one of the best triggers. Probably a lighter trigger than even a 1911, which is hard to do. It's really hard to get better than a 1911 trigger. But a good revolver with a semi-automatic or a single action capable is an amazing shooter. And then you'll get the guys that say, oh, that's because you don't have to clean up your brass. Glenn, you'd have to call Berryville's ARC for the price of the cylinder. Considering that the gun is $6,600, I'm assuming the cylinder is going to be like $1,000. It would be my guess off the top of my head. P320 Equinox Custom Works. Again, their prices are really good. Shit. $350 for a fire control group? That's normal. Oh, now we're getting into the Nighthawk custom guns. I'm not even going to look at those. They'll make me cry. I finished Ready or Not, for those of you that are into video games. Somebody asked me last stream if I played it. I finished it finally. I had to redo a lot of times. Many of the maps I had to do multiple times. Their AI is so bad. I actually upgraded it. I downloaded the mod for better AI. Holy crap, it took me an hour to find one person on one of the maps. Just because you have to find everybody or else you fail. Bunch of punk asses. You're going to go take a shower, so see ya. Might see y'all later. Thanks, Brady. Thanks for coming in. Have fun. All the wheel gun aficionados. Meanwhile, you only have a Ruger LCR and 38 loaded with some wad cutters for when you wear gym shorts. Bro, there's nothing wrong with that, Lobster. You've seen a few streams on the game. It seems stressful. Here's the thing. It's a new game, and it's a tactical game, so it really gets people's attention, and they're all going into the game going, oh, this is going to be great. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. It's stressful because it's bad. There are major problems with the game. In fact, what I do when I start a map, and I've played through it twice now just to see different ways of doing it, I literally will make them go and clear a room and make them stay. Just the response times, the accuracy isn't there. It's horrible in terms of that. I like the visuals. The game looks good. The dark areas are too freaking dark. And the light areas, you can't, if you go from a dark area to a light area with your nods, they don't work, which is good. But it's stressful because it's not optimized. It's stressful because it's not good, which is something a lot of people confuse. A lot of gamers that have no experience with real firearms, real stress, or anything like that will think that the game is stressful, but they don't understand that what they're actually dealing with is the frustration of it not working the way real life does. That's where my problem comes in. And it's an early access game basically, so it needs to be polished more. The mods may go a long way towards doing that. I am happy to see that they have a mod section available, which allows you to add guns that they couldn't add and do all this stuff. But yeah, I'm lost in what I was talking about. But basically, you understand where I'm coming from. I think that they should really polish the game out a lot. Is it hanging or is it hanging for you? Are we back? Sorry, man. Early access is basically just open beta at this point. Pretty much, I play a game called Cars for Sale 2023. It's literally, as soon as you load it up, it just keeps on telling you this is just an early access, so we have lots of things we're doing. Most games keep coming out in early access. I don't think Starfield should have came out yet, but it did, and it suffered because they just released it. Pretty much all of them do that. When No Man's Sky came out, it was lambasted because of that. Yeah, I didn't even see the drop. I don't know what happened. I do apologize. Everything looks fine on my end. Look, I can scrub instantly and go back to the wrong place. Somebody let me know that we're back. Okay, we're back. Yep, good. Jesus. Beretta wants $600 for a 32 caliber Tomcat. That's insane. Ow. Another game I've been playing, obviously Forza Horizon 5, but I also play Car Mechanic Simulator. If you haven't played that, that's a fun game if you like playing some games. If you like playing games, you should play some games, because games is the game that games like to be when you play your games, because in game form, games can be game done, and then the games are games themselves. Yeah. Your Steam library is too big, you have no time for the games. Yeah, I'm that way too. I haven't touched anything. I keep downloading all the Epic games when they're free. Haven't played them. I don't have the Game Pass anymore, because I literally would play 2 games and that wasn't worth $15 a month. Ooh, a Ford Fusion. Should I buy Ford Fusion? Yeah, I should buy an old Ford Fusion, 2008. That's cheap. You really like the idea of the PX4 Storm, but it's just too thick for your carry. You like the rotating barrel, the hammer fire, but damn, that's a thick boy. Yep. Car Mechanic Sim, do you get a bonus for fixing it in less than the book hours? No. You get paid if you can do it without spending too much money, though. Or you do like me, you play through it the right way for a while and then you cheat. I get a lot of flack from people when I post a picture and I have Wiimote open on my computer. You know what? When I play through a game, I'll play through it once, completely fair, completely the way it's designed. I'll play it from start to finish. I won't cheat. And then I go back and I cheat because I like to play the game in a way that's fun for me. And I don't care if other people think that I'm cheating or that I'm not playing the right way. And yes, I just scratched my own nipple. Yeah, I will play how I play because it's the way I want to play. If I'm spending that kind of money on a freaking game, I'm going to play the hell out of it. Bro, if it's single player, cheat however you want. Exactly. Although I will say that there's some games that I'll cheat and then I'll start a lobby and only allow cheaters. Did you ever play Payday 2? I love playing it with cheats just because it's so unfair as the levels build in difficulty. So I'll have a map and I'll have invite only, and I will invite friends and encourage them to cheat because I like having unlimited drones. If they can keep sending in freaking tanks, tank tanks, if you know what a tank is in a video game, and they take 300 shots to put them down, screw that. I'm going to cheat. You've often used console commands when playing your 17th playthrough of Skyrim. Yes, Skyrim is the Skyrim I've never played. Never even made a character. I refuse to. Never played a game. Never set foot into World of Warcraft because I refuse to. Those are games that I know would suck my life away, and I refuse to do it. Boom, 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 boom. That's the great thing. Ooh, a Jetta. Tilde key for the win. If everybody didn't do it, they wouldn't have left it that way. Despite all those games in your library, Skyrim and New Vegas are constantly installed. Yep. You know, one that I've been playing that's back in my library that I totally forgot I had was YouTuber Life. Although I think they changed the name a little bit. Does it still say it? Yeah, it says YouTuber's Life, but they've changed it a little bit. I haven't played it in so long. I can, though. I have cheats. Mega Man's on sale. If you're on Steam, Mega Man's on sale. I have all my Steam games installed just so they're always readily accessible, and then I have a couple of drives for my backup, although they're out of date because I need to plug them back in and let them update the library. Yeah, it was fun for a little while, but it get grindy. I hate games that get grindy. Grindy, 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 grindy. You just thought it would be funny if they had a DLC say only for OnlyFans girl life. Don't give somebody an idea, son. You never know what's gonna happen. Dunk, 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 dunk. We're closing in on 3 hours. We're a little bit slow, so I think I'm probably going to end it here in just a couple of minutes. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I really do appreciate it. I mean, we're just sitting here doing stupid stuff, so that's the fun thing. Mike, I hope your CT scan goes well. Hope nothing's too bothersome for you. You always reinstall because it takes up so much space. Is the Hunter. Yeah, so like I said, thank you guys so much for just coming and hanging out. Nunya, it's 9:45. Where you been, man? Nunya damn biz. He's here. He's here now, right when I'm about to give into the last 15 minutes. No, you're not too late. I'm going to hang out till about 10. I mean, if a bunch of people came in here, if all of a sudden we had like 30 people in here, then I would probably stay. Thanks, Lobster, man. You were engaging very much, and I appreciate that. Yeah, you guys, like I said, you guys are the reason I keep doing it. I'm having fun doing this. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry, man. I appreciate that you found the minute to just drop in and say hi. You know, it's cool. We all check in on each other this way. We come in, we have some fun, we talk to each other, and then we all go about our days. It's kind of like just hanging out after work outside the gun store. We used to do that every day when I was still working there. We'd leave and we'd just hang out. So yeah, thank you guys so much again for coming in. Subscribing would help the channel out a lot, obviously. Anytime you guys want to do that, that's awesome. Leaving comments like this engagement we have going on here definitely helps. I really appreciate it. Everything you guys do just kind of makes me happy, so that's why I keep doing this. So I'll be coming back on Wednesday. Like I said, we'll do it again, 7 p.m. again until whenever. If it's 2.5, 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever. The more people that are here, the more that we'll do it. So maybe I'll start publishing on my other socials that I'm doing this stuff. So Lobster, rock on, dude. Again, thanks for hanging out. I don't know if I'm going to jump back onto the phone or if I'm just going to keep using these cameras, or if I'm going to get another camera. So yeah, like I said, thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out. Really appreciate it. Yeah, that's about it. Go over to Jimmini Tech. Sign up over there just for fun. You don't have to do anything, but just, you know, say, hey, man, look at this. I'm over here and I subscribed. Get that channel up, and then this will go dedicated to guns if you guys want that. But yeah. Why are there only 4 people? No, if you refresh, there's like 14 or 15. But the main reason is because even though we've been going for a few hours, there haven't actually been that many people here. So the fewer number of people, the fewer number of likes. But I appreciate that. You understood, sir. Have a good night, and you'll drink a beer for me. Thank you, man. Enjoy that beer. I don't drink, so live vicariously through you. That's what I will do. Like I said, so we're closing up. Any last things anybody wants to talk about? Let me know. Go watch that Rock Island video. Like I said, for some reason that has gained another 30,000 views this last month out of nowhere for no reason, which is hilarious, and I love it. Looks like the Kimber video got a lot more views. The Navy SEALs video's gotten more views. That's up to 109,000 views. The Rossi 22 is up to 55,000. 19, the Bull Armory, Magnum Research is up to 50,000. The TSOS is up to 50,000. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, kids, that's about it. I think we're done. So, like I said, leave a comment, do all that stuff down